Hello, and welcome to another video. Today, we are going to be looking at Lego bricks. Well, bricks for the most part. Um, but just sort of interesting bricks that I have in my collection. Um, and just sort of my thoughts on them. So, we'll start off over here with the uh, Lego Ant-Man set. It included a couple builds for a Lego plate and then a Lego brick. Um, these were super neat. I really wish that we had gotten more, things like this for Ant-Man. Because, I think it would be really fun if, all the Ant-Man sets were set, in Lego buildings that were created out of large seeming bricks. But unfortunately, we only really ever got this one, um, which is unfortunate, but that's sort of not quite what the rest of this video is going to be. So we'll move over just a little bit. And you can see down there at the base, I've got a neon yellow plate, but on both ends you can see that it ran out of plastic. And I got this last year when I was getting parts for the Sand Green Sanctuary. At the Pick-a-Brick wall at the Lego store, they had I believe they're 1x10s in neon yellow. And so I picked up a whole bunch of them, quite a few cups of those, and managed to find this in one of those, which I think is really cool. I imagine that most of the time quality would end up throwing something like this out, um, but they managed to slip them by, and it's really neat because you can see on it, just by the ends, that it basically they start from the middle of the brick, um, or one of the two studs in the middle, and then the plastic just sort of flows out through the mold. Um, but obviously, this one didn't have enough, and so both ends you can see that on, which is kind of neat to me. So yeah, that's just sort of a better look, I suppose, at that plate, and you can see both ends of it there. Um, but then we'll go ahead and we'll move on to those white bricks there, and those were older Lego bricks, that they're kind of neat. You can see the Lego logo uh, was sort of the last thing that got popped on or put into the mold. I'm not entirely sure. Uh, but they're kind of neat. They don't clutch as well as modern bricks do. Um, but just kind of a neat find whenever you can find them. And then speaking of neat finds, these were actually recent additions to my collection that I actually got inspired to do this video because of them. But so recently in a garage sale haul, I was able to come across these two red bricks. And if you notice on them, the Lego logos on each stud are, some of them are misaligned, some of them are pressed in too deep, and so I don't really know the story behind these. Um, my guess would be that because they're so old that they were hand putting in the like the Lego logo stamp at the end of the production run, um, which seems so bizarre to me. They do have patent pending written on the other side, though it's very small and hard to make out, which again I think has to do with the fact that they may have done that by hand. And yeah, they're. I've got no idea if they're worth anything. Um, my guess would be probably not, but they are really cool. And I'm really glad to have them. And it's weird because I picked them up in like this garage sale had like just bags of like random parts, and most of them were like really modern things. But hey, I mean, always helps to like look at what you've got, because you never know what you might find. Um, but yeah, I guess we're sort of progressing older and older as we go here. Um, and so you can see over here, that's actually probably slightly newer than the last red bricks that we looked at. Um, but that's a small red plate that has patent pending written on the backside. Um, but if we move up, this is a stand that I believe I showed it off in the same video as this next brick, I guess. It was one of my earlier videos, What's in the Box. If you're in the less than 20 people who managed to see that video, well, you'll recognize the oldest piece of Lego in my collection, the Lego wooden block. Um, Specifically, wooden block number 3. Um, it's a really cool piece of history to have. I go more in depth on it in the What's in the Box video. Um, but yeah, I'm really glad to have it. I don't believe it was super expensive. I know I had to get it from Denmark. I got it off of Bricklink. So not terribly hard to find. But also, there aren't that many of them, and to have anything Lego that was made of wood, is really cool. As that was sort of the shortest period in their history. But now we'll move on to the sort of last unique brick that I wanted to take a look at. Of course, you've got Duplo and Primo, which Primo, I'm pretty sure I don't have any. Duplo, I think I have some, but not much. Duplo is kind of one that I want to start getting into as like a form of filler brick. Um, like I know some of their like tree trunk texture pieces are pretty like useful for building large pillars and stuff like that, but I've just really never really had a desire to get back into Duplo or Primo, which Primo, just side note, if anyone could let me know why in the world the Primo Boy is as expensive as it is, like, I would love to know the answer on that, because I just know I'm pretty sure there's like one listing on Bricklink for like $10,000. Yeah, I don't know why the Primo Boy would be so like rare or coveted. Um, but so yeah, if anyone wants to explain that mystery to me, please let me know. But without further ado, sorry that was a bit of a tangent. Um, let's move on to jumbo bricks. And yeah, no, don't let your eyes deceive you. I have not simply zoomed in on some regular Lego bricks. No, these are jumbo bricks. They're 2x4, which I believe is the only size they ever came in. I think there was a car that you could put them on, but they were only ever released, as far as I'm aware, as educational tools. Um, Not meant for like retail sell. Um, but you can find them if you look hard enough, like online. I've got quite a few of them, and I've got them in, I believe, what were the only 4 colors they were ever released in. So that being yellow, red, white, and blue. Um, and yeah, they're super neat. They're super large. They don't clutch that well, and unfortunately, they are not compatible with the rest of the Lego system. But but it is what it is. Let me try and give you a full shot of those. There you go. Um, Let me go ahead and I'll move one of the regular bricks over so that you can see sort of the size comparison. So you can see uh, basically that yeah, they are quite large. Over on the right, I did put the 1x1 brick from the Ant-Man build. Um, and so you can see that even that, while relatively close in size, is still smaller than the jumbo bricks. Um, One of the unfortunate things about jumbo bricks is that because they are so old, many of them are brittle. So just know that if you go to buy, say, like a large lot of jumbo bricks, that um, some of them will probably have cracks or chips out of them. Um, but hopefully, if you buy, in bulk, which I think that's pretty much all I've ever seen them like sold as, is just in bulk. Um, you should have quite a few good ones. I know that I certainly have quite a few good ones. But yeah, I think that's really gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this is a bit of an odd one, but just sort of felt like showing off some of the more unique and interesting bricks in my collection. So yeah, without further ado, bye bye.